Hi, I'm Phillip Hamner. Um, my goodness, I would like to share. I was a student of the program almost 2 years ago. Um, I spent a lot of dummy time out on the street. One of the biggest moments that I can remember where God really proved who He was to me, and I haven't been able to look back from that point. During this time, me and my wife, we were separated. She was staying in a motel room, and I was, of course, staying in my tent. And we would go and panhandle together. We had gotten into a big argument this one day, and somehow or another, man, I always had belief in God, but somehow or another, in probably one of the worst times of my entire life, God came up, and we were arguing about God, of all things to argue about, And through that argument, we both decided that it would be best if we went to rehab. Our kids were in CPS custody. We couldn't keep nothing together, but we stood out on the street corner and tried forever to get money, and nobody would even look in our direction. But after we had that argument, we decided that we would try one more time. Or actually, I convinced her to try one more time. And we stood out there for another hour in the bitter cold, man. It was snowing. She was pregnant. And she was so heartbroken and ready to give up that she just threw her hands up and started to walk off. And I turned around to follow her, and a lady pulled up in it was a blue FJ Cruiser. To this day, I still look for that car. I want to be able to thank the person that did this, but I haven't found her. And she asked how we were doing, and I said, well, we're not doing too good. She's trying to get into rehab and blah, blah, blah. Long story short, the lady reaches into her purse and she pulls out a bank envelope from Amarillo National and hands it to me. And she says, I don't know how much is in there, but you guys do whatever you need to do to get things done. And she said, the only thing that I ask in return is that you consider God in all of it. And me and my wife broke down and cried. God, and I really have to say this, but God is the only thing that has kept me sober for the time that I have left this place. And it's not because the people here aren't wonderful, because they are. They've done more than their share for me. But if I was to give anybody any credit, it would have to be God.